Good evening, everyone. This is your evening news recap, your nightly news podcast on all the news that I come across throughout the day, giving you my take as somebody who aspires to be a politician in the near future. Hopefully, all you guys are doing wonderful. Hopefully, all you guys are doing well. Today is Tuesday, December 2nd, of course. It's been a pretty interesting day in the news world, a slow one, but a lot of interesting things have happened, so we'll get into that here shortly. If you're new here, though, please consider subscribing. All the support would be greatly appreciated as we are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube by this summer. We're getting super close to 600. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing. Claim your OG ticket. Be here before the rest. That would be really cool. All the support is greatly appreciated. And if you're on Substack, please also consider subscribing as well. All funds go to me. It's $8 a month. It helps me pay for the things that I need to pay for in my life, like groceries, clothing, all those kinds of things. But if not, you can always subscribe for free. I truly do appreciate all from the support on this content. With that being said, though, let's get into the news from today. Moving on into the Trump administration segment, as we do, the first topic we have today is a drug trafficker is now walking free after being pardoned by Trump. Trump has officially pardoned former president of Honduras, Juan Orlando Hernandez, who has been convicted as the center of one of the largest and most violent drug trafficking movements in recent history. A wild move as the Trump administration is striking drug boats in the Caribbean, and this comes after Trump announced his pardon on Truth Social last week. According to the court documents, Hernandez used his position to send tons of cocaine into the United States and earned millions in drug money while doing this. And if you think if Trump was so against drugs, he wouldn't be pardoning a man like this. This does not shock me at all in the slightest. I mean, they never really cared about drugs in the first place. The Venezuelan conflict is going to be a huge one, especially when it comes to my generation. And it's going to happen because the elites want control of Venezuela as a country and they want the oil within Venezuela. They might as well just start saying that because that's really the point of a majority of these wars these days for the United States. And it's something that they are going to continuously keep doing, which isn't something that should be allowed. It really shouldn't be. Just because another country has something, just because you don't have influence in another country, doesn't mean you should be able to invade them and go to war with them. God forbid some other people live their lives freely. In other news, Trump is threatening military action in other countries. Trump has threatened military action in other countries. Trump is now threatening to strike any other country that he believes is making drugs. In an Oval Office meeting, Trump said, if they come through a certain country or any country, or if we think they're building mills, whether it's fentanyl or cocaine, anybody doing that and selling it into our country is subject to attack, not just Venezuelans. He even went on to mention Colombia by name, a huge deal as they are considered a top US ally. No more new wars. That's what Trump said. Now look at him. He is truly a liar. That's his whole shtick. That's his thing at the end of the day. I mean, but if he goes into more countries and does more wars or tries to start more wars without congressional approval, he needs to be removed from office because that is not something the president has the authority to do. It doesn't matter if they're making drugs or selling them to the United States. That doesn't matter. Trump needs authority from Congress to go into these countries. And if he continues to do so without getting approval, he needs to be removed from office. A man who defies the Constitution should not be allowed to run this country. And yes, Trump has defied the Constitution time and time again. He should be removed from office already. That's just point blank, plain and simple. Anyways, moving on into our other news segment, Costco is now suing the Trump administration, asking for a tariff refund. Costco is now suing the Trump administration over tariffs, looking to get a refund for them. Dozens of companies, including Costco, are looking to the Supreme Court for refunds on tariffs that they consider if the Trump administration can legally use them or not. Sorry. In the suit filed with the U.S. Court of International Trade, Costco did not specify how much was paid in tariffs, but they said that they did worry, even if the Supreme Court ends the tariffs, that they won't be able to recover the loss, which is why they believe they deserve a refund. Costco is a legendary company, and I will truly always appreciate them. They are one of those top 5 companies ever, and they deserve to get that money back, but only if they bring back the churro. Come on, I miss having the Costco churro. Let's make some moves. The double chunk chocolate chip cookie is not that good. The churro is where it's at. Let's bring back the churro. Come on, Costco. Come on. Anyways, the authors of Franklin and the publishers of Franklin have come out and made a statement after Pete Hegseth used the character. The publishers of Franklin the Turtle have come out and made a statement following Pete Hegseth's use of their character. The statement reads, Franklin the Turtle is a beloved Canadian icon who has inspired generations of children and stands for kindness, empathy, and inclusivity. Have a strong concern condemning any degrading or violent, unauthorized use of Franklin's name or image, which directly contradicts these values. Using a children's character to downplay your war crimes is absolutely insane, and honestly, it's really sad. There's no reason for a children's character to be used in this context at all. I mean, especially Franklin. Like, why should Franklin be used in this context? There's no reason for that. And you're also going to go against what the character stands for here, which is also like not helpful at all. There's no reason in the context of this situation why Franklin should have been in this. Yet they used him anyways, and it makes no sense. It really doesn't. Not to mention they also did not get permission to use the character, and although it doesn't seem like that will lead to a lawsuit, if they keep using the character, it very well could. So I would say that they lucked out here, but it is wild to me that they decided to use Pete Hegseth decided to use Franklin because he fits nowhere in this context, and there is really no reason for him to use him at all. Anyways, moving on into our final topic for tonight, one of the families that lost a family member due to the strikes in the Caribbean has filed a complaint against the United States. A family in Colombia of one of the victims killed by the strikes in the Caribbean has filed a petition with the Inter-American Commission on Human Rights, alleging that the Colombian citizen Alejandro Carranza Medina was illegally killed by the United States. This was the first formal complaint over the airstrikes towards the Trump administration. The lawsuits claims Medina was sailing in the Caribbean off the coast of Colombia when he was killed. According to the family, he was a fisher and would often look in the sea for marlin and tuna. This is why this is a massive problem. The Trump administration is flat out killing people from other countries and claiming that they have drugs, when 9 times out of 10, that isn't the case. I mean, they're literally in the ocean where people do tons of fishing all the time. It is very high of a chance that a lot of people in these strikes are fishermen. Striking boats off another country's coast as well is insane, especially when this country isn't even involved in the conflict. The Trump administration needs to be stopped. They need to be removed from power because they shouldn't be allowed to strike citizens and kill citizens of other countries at their will. That's not okay. It's a human rights violation. It breaks so many laws, so many treaties. It commits war crimes. There are so many things wrong with this, and it should not be allowed. The Trump administration needs to be shut down. With that being said, though, thank you everyone for watching today's episode. I hope you all enjoyed. It has definitely been a very interesting day in the news world, that is for sure. If you're new here, though, please consider subscribing. All the support would be greatly appreciated as we are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube by this summer. We're getting super close to 600, so all the support is greatly appreciated. And if you're on Substack, please also consider subscribing as well. All funds go to me. They help me pay for the things that I need to pay for in life, like groceries, clothing, all those kinds of things. But if not, you can always subscribe for free. I truly do appreciate all forms of support on this content. With that being said, though, thank you all for watching today's episode. I truly do hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all tomorrow in the next one.